Hey, beautiful humans. We're going to be checking out your next 7 days or so of your life, your week ahead. That's what I do in these pick a card readings here on my channel, Do You Tarot. My name is Erica. Welcome if you have not been here before. What I'm doing is I'm shuffling and I'm getting 3 cards for us because I'm going to be tuning into 3 different groups, 3 different messages. I post these videos every Monday for us. But whenever you see this particular video, whenever you find it and click on it, we're talking about the next week from that day of the week. If you find it on a Thursday, we're talking about the next 7 days from there where you're at. But okay, all I need from you guys is to feel your way into which of these cards you're most drawn to, and then head to the timestamp for that group, for that card. Group number 1, we have 4 of Swords. Group 2, Ace of Wands. And group 3, 3 of Cups. In these readings, I go into things that are likely to occur, overall theme of the week ahead, anything that will help you with challenges. And then I end every reading off now with a spirit animal, like your spirit animal for the week ahead. And I love doing that. So, okay. Feel, trust the nudge, trust your intuition toward one card or the other. Head to the timestamp, fast forward. I'll see you there in your messages. Hi, beautiful humans. In group 1, you guys, we're drawn to this 4 of Swords card. So let's get going with your messages about the next 7 days or so of your life. I'm going to add, easy. I'm going to add, yeah, very easy. I'm adding one more card to your 4 of Swords that you were drawn to get the overall theme of the week ahead. And we have the King of Wands. And it's very much like very easy forward progress. Maybe for a few of you, it's going to be so easy, like things are so streamlined and going directly exactly how you want them to go in the direction that you've planned on and intended. And you've got a lot of I'm hearing like moving parts, moving vehicle, and you have a lot of people moving in alignment with you. It's just like all of the things working steady this week that for a few of you, this might be a little bit like traumatizing, like in that weird inverse kind of a way, like things are easy, they're actually working, like it's something like that. Let's shuffle this other deck and let's get more specific about these things that are likely to occur, because it just feels as if that 4 of Swords is very significant for you because there's a piece to come along with this, and I think that that's very significant. Like that's important for you, like for something to move smoothly while at the same time how you feel about that and what it means for you now at this moment in your life. Probably after a whole lot of trial and error, probably after a whole lot of things not moving slowly at all. Okay. I have these cards. We'll look more specifically at this. Bottom of the deck, we have 2 of Earth with change. With you and the material world outside of you, you and another person, you and let's call them your priorities in the physical, you have been working well in this kind of energy. You've been working well with Earth energy, material world energy. And what? Oh my God, 10 of Earth with wealth. And Moon. Okay, I think you've set your sights on a destination. You've acknowledged, what it would be for you and what it would mean for you. And then it's just like, let's partner up and realize how to actually focus in on getting this accomplished kind of energy. That's bottom of the deck. That's what's building the week ahead for you. But in a lot of ways, I still feel this partnered, cohesive kind of energy to what you got going on right now. Like there are more people involved, and it's people involved very harmoniously. Like we're all on the same page and we're working well toward some objective, some goal, some vision of the future. But okay, let's see more specifically. We have 3 of Fire with integrity, and then we also have Son of Water. I'm hearing the words, this is someone exclusive to you. Like you're going to be dealing with a particular person who will want to come toward you very often for communication in ways that are reassuring to them. I don't know, like nope. Okay, sorry. It just popped into my head and your guides are confirming. I was like, maybe this is many people. and you offer this as a service for like one of your streams of income. But your guides are like, no, this is much more of like a personal thing. Like you and another person might be working on a particular project together, or this is genuinely your romantic partner and your romantic interest. But they're going to be coming to you a lot on a personal level, maybe a professional one as well. But they're going to want your energy to follow through with them. And in that kind of way, to be a guide for them. Because I feel with this Son of Water and that Son of Water person on the card looking toward this Integrity 3 of Fire card, I feel like they're going to want something that is inside of you that is very determined, focused, visionary, visual. They're going to want that kind of confidence and perspective and projection into the future that you command. King of Wands, you command that with power. They're going to want that. And I'm hearing the words like kind of feed off of it, but not at all in a negative way. I think that this person is nervous. And so then they're coming to you because there's something in your projected energy where you're just not at all. And so then they're going to benefit a whole lot from being around you, asking you a lot of questions, trying to make frequent contact to ensure that, you know, they still have you or they still have contact with you or something like that. I feel like there's a little bit more going on there. Like it's heart involved. When I looked underneath your deck, we have the 10 of Earth and I was like, what? But then we have the Moon. And there's something about emotional sincerity that you're carrying in your area. I'm hearing the words guarded emotional sincerity. I'm also hearing the words no victimhood. And that's pretty sincere for other people to behold right now, particularly this other person. That's what you have. I just channeled those words. You all have a certain amount of emotional sincerity while it is also kind of guarded. You're not just, wet noodling around. There's something about how this person knows if they stick by you, then they can sort of gain some of that, or they can sort of like learn, or I'm not sure. There's something about security and stability that this person is wanting through you this week. But okay, your next two cards, we have 6 of Fire with Victory, and then we have 5 of Air with Fear. Gliding over obstacles very smoothly, and with, I'm hearing the words guarded again, the word guarded confidence. There's something about you, group 1, this week where your very objective is the follow through. Like you are doing it this week. And so then maybe a lot of your beautiful energy has a tone of being guarded because it's very transfixed on a particular objective and doing whatever it takes to get us there in the future, the very near future. So then I forget what the words were channeled, but I'm just remembering that guarded word came up again. It's like the energy of a soldier who has a heart of gold, who commits to protecting their country or their realm, which involves needing to lock it down, needing to be guarded, needing to do some nasty, dirty work that most of us don't want to have to do, don't want to have to face the darknesses of humanity. But with their heart of gold being guarded, they go forward and they do these kinds of things. They face these kinds of conflicts. There is something that is going to occur where I feel with this 5 of Air, you all sailing over some kinds of things with a very true heart and a very clear spirit and a very clear mind and objective, and getting to the other side and accomplishing your goals winningly, like successfully. I think that this is going to happen throughout the week in some kinds of ways for quite a few of you, or this is going to be one pretty monumental thing where you might, in this moment in time before it happens, you might be nervous about it, but when it happens, there's success here, there's victory, and there's this sense of like, I earned that and I've done very well with this. But for quite a few of you, I don't know, I feel like your guides really want me to focus on this sense of like, by the end of the week, you'll be feeling, no, your guides really want me to focus on it's like one particular thing. For others of you, we're talking about like, a checklist of items to achieve and accomplish this week. And you'll just be like checking them off, and feeling very successful, very good about those things. But this nervousness feels like it'll fade away and it'll be like much more in the background, or much more, again, Four of Swords. You'll be much more soothed and calm about yourself in the future, in the very near future, as a result of accomplishing and achieving these wins this week. This one particular very large success that you might be worried about or nervous about. Again, I channeled something about your nervous system, and this might be like a bit weird for it because you're used to traumatizing situations and severity. So we've got the Five of Air, but I'm just really focused on the crow and its aura shining and stuff like that, just kind of flying over the whole situation. And then we've just got this guarantee kind of thing of, don't worry, it's not going to go like that. It's going to go very, very well. And that might be a bit confusing. Okay. And then your last two of the tarot cards, we have Mother of Earth, and then we also have Daughter of Earth. Wow. This is working very well with other people this week. It's a different relationship than what we're talking about with this Three of Fire and the Son of Water. What I feel like is occurring for quite a few of you is this is a more of a parental role. Either you are in close contact with your parents and your family, or you as a parent are being quite, I just heard the words acknowledged in your role as a parental figure, as a father figure, as a mother figure, or like as a father, mother. I think that there's something that will happen, that will occur, that will be very positive in your life. And I think that this is going to be kind of a very big highlight for you. Like you're going to have interactions with your child or members of your family that are going to be very like, I'm feeling like if those parent and the family dynamic isn't right for you all, group one, I'm also feeling like it's that kind of dynamic, just not necessarily familial. So then I'm keep hearing the words like mentor and mentee, like teacher student, but it's not exactly that, because parent and child isn't exactly that. It's much more kind of all encompassing. It's like, I don't know, if you need a hand to hold, if you need a couch to crash on, like if you need a warm meal, I got you, I'm there for you. There's something about how, whether you're the daughter of Earth or the mother of Earth, it doesn't really matter. There's a huge amount of bonding over giving and receiving in this charge up of these relationships this week, or this one particular relationship, like it's you with your child, or it's you and your neighbors. But there's something very whole, very physical, and very bonding about this. If this is you and your friend group, and that's it. If this is you and your friend group, this is going to be that kind of space of connection of like doing things in the physical that really feel familial, that really feel bonded, like giving and receiving, and having a strong charge up of that kind of energy, like giving and receiving in the physical. Don't be afraid to give. Don't be afraid to receive. Don't be afraid, to nurture in a fatherly or motherly kind of way. Don't be afraid to ask for that. Don't be afraid to like kick up your emotions in front of these people. Don't be afraid of any of that, because like we all want to be here for each other is the vibe that I'm getting from these two cards. But okay, whoa. Okay, I dropped a card, but it's not your card. So can I leave it? Will my anxious energy about organization allow me to leave a card on the floor right now? Okay, these two cards are what will help you with challenges and conflict this week. Honestly, it feels like it's smooth sailing, and the biggest challenge that I've channeled so far is, I don't know, maybe how you might take this whole Son of Water dynamic thing going on, but also the biggest challenge is just your nervous system reacting to how nice this all is. We have beauty. May you perceive nature's artistry. Look at that last word, afresh. This is something new. I was channeling that you probably have dealt with a thing or two that has taxed you very egregiously, very grievously. I love those vocab words. That's why the Moon card is on the bottom of the deck. You kind of needed to really, really see your way emotionally through some things and get on the other side of them. yeah, lean into the beauty of this week and just allow it to actually be there. This is something fresh. This is something new. This is something clear. I don't know, lean into that kind of clear air, fresh face, clean sheets kind of feeling. God, clean sheets kind of feeling. You guys know, right? Clean sheets. I used to do a ritual. Okay. I went through a phase of my spiritual life where I really wanted to create a whole lot of rituals. And I reenacted something from my childhood. My mom used to do laundry and then hang it up either outside in the summer or in our basement in the winter. And then as a girl, I used to walk through the drying sheets. You know, they would be slightly damp and they would be cool. And they would smell like the detergent, and I just like walk through them. You know that feeling? Do you guys know that feeling? So then as an adult, I'm like, I need this. So then I started to do it, like hanging up my sheets, but literally so that I could do the walk-through thing again. Do things like that, or just allow that you're going to have those kinds of sensations pretty continuously this week. So lean into them. There's release. There's release in this. And then we have the word fluid. May you shift and transform. There we go. This is a week that is truly meant to be different, and dare I say, because these two cards have come out, dare I say that this energy feels a little bit continuous, feels a little bit like we're looking into a far more positive future for you guys on the horizon beyond this week. This week feels very, very strongly significant. You feel strong in it, and it's a particular kind of strong. It's a particular kind of strength. But lean into flow. Like, you know, I don't think you guys will resist this, but this is a week for you to transform far more into the positive, far more into connection, far more into thriving, far more into holding and being held, far more into a particular form of leadership. And then moving forward with success. So, you know, beauty and fluid. Like flow with it, you know, you don't need to resist it. You don't need to like stop or pause to be like, okay, wait, is this real? Like kind of a thing. If you want to, you can, but you know, the more you flow with it, the better it'll be for your nervous system. Okay, and your spirit animal for the week ahead is zebra, or zebra as said by an American. I am going to look in the book for this and we'll see what does it have to say for you. One moment. I think that I'm starting to remember these cards, but I don't remember it. Why did I just say that? Okay. Zebra, eccentric, creative, visionary. Your second card was the King of Wands. And there's something going on with you where whatever it is that you are visualizing might be a little bit eccentric to some. And you might have struck a few chords negatively with certain people, but okay. Oh, zebras are the most precious of gems. Oh, they are young at heart. Dude, I just told you about my whole clean sheets ritual, okay? They are young at heart, well-cultured, and have an undying curiosity about life. Being in the company of a zebra personality not only is a delight, but also opens our minds. Be prepared. Their potent magic is contagious, and you may soon find yourself in a faraway land, expanding your worldview while having a blast. Okay, you're a delight. The encouragement and like the only hassle you might have this week is just allowing your mind, your nervous system, your thoughts to open up to this faraway land, expanding your worldview, having a blast. Okay, zebras also like to contribute to the global health through environmental or volunteer work. You got something, that eccentric, that King of Wands. You have something that's pretty strongly like that. Okay, this card may be a hint to pack your bags. Well, this is a week of like, you know, a continued journey and an evolving one, that's for sure. When in balance, worldly, enthusiastic, and fashion forward. When out of balance, jaded, pouty, vain, that's not you. To bring into balance an epic adventure and art. There's not much that I say. I mean, 3 of fire can mean travel. So I mean like travel will be good this week if you are traveling. I'll just put that in there at the end of your reading. But I almost want to say that bringing into balance an epic adventure and art is literally these 2 cards, the beauty and the fluid. Your life, I know this sounds cheesy AF, but your life is the epic adventure And this week will feel like the whole entire thing is a whole lot more artistic, creative, beautiful, well represented, you know, as you flow through it. So, okay, you guys, group one, we're done. Are you kidding me? You guys are so nice. Okay, I loved channeling this for you guys. If this has helped, leave it in the comments, like, subscribe, all that jazz. I have 2 links that I particularly like to highlight for you guys. If you want some cheapo tarot therapy with some tarot friends in a tarot group, you don't have to be a tarot reader, but I host a tarot group once a month, toward the end of every month on the last Saturday. You can be a reader of any kind of divination tool, even your own psychic gifts, and you can be a total beginner, that's fine, but we meet together over Zoom and we read for each other. If that sounds like your jam, sign up. And then I also made a book. If you are a tarot reader, I created a book of a whole shit ton of tarot spreads. I channeled them. I worked with AI for like a few of them just to see what ChatGPT would come up with for us. But yeah, if you want some tarot spreads, buy the book. It's an ebook. But okay, I'm sending you on your way. Please remember, we are all free and we are also all connected always at the exact same time. I love you. Hey, beautiful humans in group 2. You guys were drawn to this Ace of Wands. So these are your messages about the next 7 days or so of your life, of your world. I'm going to add one more card to your Ace of Wands and we'll see what's the overall energy, the main theme. What? Magician? That's exciting. At the least, something new. At the most, a whole lot of progress moving forward this week on something that you're very excited about, maybe very turned on by, someone who you are very turned on by, but there's momentum, there's progress, there are like initiatives, things to try, things to do, fresh starts, new perspectives, and a whole lot of working on them. This feels invigorating, and also for some reason I feel a profound sense of calm right now. I'm channeling this. It feels very soothing to be able to take part in this energy for you, I think. I think that maybe for quite a few of you, although we'll see in your cards, you might have been kind of locked up or maybe hermiting for a minute or two, or I don't know, locked up in this one particular situation. And there's a readiness inside of you, almost like a calmly soothing energy at the starting line. I'm like visualizing like horses at the gate for a race, and like you've been at the gate for such a long period of time that the gate's opening, and for some reason you're super soothed and calm about it. That's interesting. Okay, let's see your cards. I just got more tarot cards and we'll look more specifically at things that are likely to occur. This is interesting. The small medicine wheel is on the bottom of the deck, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck energy is subconscious. The past is what's building your reading. It's what's building the events and the energy of the week ahead for you. And in a lot of ways, I want to say that you've had a knowingness that this will occur. It's literally like the racehorse metaphor. Like they're trained. Like they are, a horse is what it is naturally, and then they are trained and raised and, you know, kind of thing to be particularly a race horse. And then, you know, the starting gate, they're used to it all. Like they have a knowingness that like, I will run very fast. Like the gate isn't open yet, but I am going to run very fast when it opens. Does that make sense? Because there's something going on here where I feel as if your subconscious has very much so aligned with a future to such an extent that you've had such a strong knowingness and certainty that it's going to occur, that this week when it truly does start to occur, very much so start to occur, the gate opens, you're going to know exactly what to do and have an expectation of it. It's giving me the vibes of one more example before I get to your cards. I did a trip to Africa years ago. We went to South Africa and Malawi, and I was so excited about that trip. And I had traveled before, but not necessarily like, you know, like that kind of a thing. And I was like, I had done so much research, like watched so many other travel videos for so many other people, that when we were there in Malawi and we were in like, you know, it's more rough, it's more backpacker, that's for sure. But like when we were kind of like packed into a bus and standing on these like large bales of rice, and there were like people, like there was like no breathing room. We were just standing there with our backpacks on. And I said to my then husband, I was like, I wish that this was shocking me more. Like, because I had literally prepared myself so much to expect that it wasn't a shock at all. Like I was there in the manifestation, literally experiencing it. And my whole entire body was like, yeah, I was ready for this. So I just wanted to say that that's what I feel like is going on here. We have the Son of Fire, which is like very exciting energy. And then we have the 3 of Fire with integrity. Okay. Very much so, gates are open. Very much so, you're getting on the plane and you're going. Like very, very much so. This is like huge amounts of, you know, traveling energy, but it's forward momentum and it's getting going. And this 3 of Fire with the word integrity, it's having me feel as if this has been a part of something that you've at least been visualizing all along and for a very long time. But the Son of Fire, we have action, we have movement, we have momentum, and that might be that at the start of the week, you know that you have the time cleared for what you are striving to do. You know that here we go. In a lot of ways, this feels like a whole charge up of physical energy. And this is you, I feel like being very physical and moving very quickly and doing probably strength training as well. But getting going on that and feeling extremely good about it, feeling very, very charged up and ready for it. The Son of Fire is like I don't know, it's just like get on your horse and go. It's the forward momentum of the creative aspect of us, maybe the spiritual aspect, but it's forward momentum of our passions, our creativity, our desires. And we've had enough of the downtime. This week starts out like from right now with this energy, and I feel it inside of me now. It's like pulsing and it's strong, but I still have this sense of calm over me as well. So whatever it is, you just need to know that straight away, your week is going to be marked by, here we go, get going, you're open now, you're free. It starts, here we go. And then we have Ace of Water and Ace of Air. I feel like you're going to receive communication, maybe out of the blue for a few of you, from somewhere that you've been wanting to hear back from, someone who you've been wanting to follow through with and continue further about. For a few of you, I don't know, for a little bit of a few of you, this energy tracks for whatever you're doing on social media. You just really want to connect with people a whole lot more and speak a whole lot more from your true voice. But that's the energy of what this is going to be. There's some kind of a contact, whether it's in person or it's like through text and long distance or messaging or something like that. It really feels like it's heart opening up, being a whole lot more transparent, probably a fresh start in whatever this connection or this situation or relationship is. And then just speaking very, very clearly and very truly and honestly from the heart space. I feel like this is meant to be occurring throughout the week. Like probably several very sincere, maybe smaller exchanges, but they're going to stand out to you as significant because they're carrying this energy of just, you know, unconditionality, pure intention, very clear worded responses and answers, not AI generated, but from the heart space. It doesn't matter if there are typos and it sounds a little confusing. There's something about the energy in this kind of contact that will be kind of overflowing your cup in a really beautiful way, a really generous kind of way. It's almost in a weird kind of way. We've been talking about how you're getting going this week. You know, it feels as if whoever or whatever this exchange is a bit of fuel for your fire. It's kind of like feeding the voice inside of you, feeding the love that you would project out into the world, feeling the love that you have for yourself and this Ace of Wands magician energy, where you're headed to. There's something about it, it's just like feels like you got someone who's on your side or someone who's there in the future for you. And there's something about how this is the fuel that you needed this week to charge you up even further and grant you even more peace for the road ahead. It just feels like really quality connection, really quality communication with others and or one particular other that you just like really love being there. You want it to be there in the future. You want to rely on it. So this kind of a way of, I don't know, it feels like breaking fresh ground into clearer air and a fresh perspective. It just feels kind of pure, maybe short sentences, but easy, honest, open, generous, and gentle. It just feels really nice kind of energy. But okay, your last two cards about things that are likely to occur this week. We have the Son of Air this time. And then we have the 10 of Air with negative thinking. There's something where this isn't your hiccup, but you are going to have to deal with it. For a few of you, this might be in your workplace where something goes wrong in the workplace and you're going to have to handle it. And I like that you're still on your horse, it feels like, with the Son of Air. There's something about how you're going to charge forward into this situation with a counter perspective, a contradictory perspective to where everyone else will be about it. There's something in your energetic field where it's optimism, you know, it might be what others might consider like toxically positive. It's almost like exclusively positive thinking, kind of a thing going on with your Son of Air vibes, but I don't know. It feels like providing an alternative. Like you're going to provide an alternative in a different way of thinking about a particular situation that a lot of people are involved in. It feels like you are not necessarily horribly impacted by whatever is occurring that's somewhat negative in this situation with this group of people that you're involved with. What it feels like is that you're also not necessarily going to be the leader of, you know, fixing everything or providing all the necessary input that is needed to be there, you know, to take care of all of everyone's problems, all the world's problems. Otherwise, it wouldn't be the Son of Air. It would be something like the King of Air or something like more like higher level. I just feel like you're in this situation effectively as an equal with the others, and you have this charge up of an alternative perspective and you offer it and you give it, but in a lot of ways I feel like you kind of get in and get out kind of quickly with this. That's why I feel like this might be involving your workplace for quite a few of you. Like your workplace might have some kind of a situation, and so then you give your clarity where you can and you allow it to impact you as much as it does, but it feels like it's not really as impactful as what you've got going on that is far more creatively exciting and that the gates are open for this week for you to take charge and start doing something. It feels like that's in a different area of your life. Whatever this is not as meaningful for you. It will impact you. It does impact you. You have answers. You have positive reflection on your situation. It's just also you're a little bit more distracted by the other parts of your world around you. And so then you're not going to get fully involved in this. It's more going to be like the problem of other people that might impact you, but it's more of like, you'll offer what you can, but it's other people's issues, it's other people's services that they're going to need to provide or they're going to have to manage for or take into account. It's like it's not yours, okay? Okay, your next two cards, these are showing what will help with challenges this week. Challenges and conflicts. We have Reflect. May you discern and distill. I think that it is a very good idea this week with all of this peaceful readiness to basically take a pause in the moment as much as you possibly can, and in a lot of ways potentially journal. I'm going to this Ace of Water and Ace of Air energy, and if this is contact with a particular person who you care for, this is much more of like in these communications, it might help maybe for, I don't know, for a few of you in these communications to just kind of innocently reflect on your day with them. It feels like there might be other topics that you guys might feel are more important to talk about or discuss, but maybe it might help you to lean on the other or others in this communication situation to just like talk about your day, or literally this is the energy of it will help you this week to journal and have positive moments for self-reflection. I shared my story of when I was in Malawi on that bus, and I had that in the moment reflective pause. And it was almost as if I was reflecting on something that was like really much more meaningful than just that little like laugh in the moment that I was having. I was like, I wish this was more like, I expected this. I wish this was more like out of left field, or like, you know, jarring me a whole lot more. But I'm like, this is just, you know, I'm super calm about this. I think it'll help you for some reason to reflect in the moment on certain things, just to see how well actually you're handling all of this. And then we also have beauty. This came out for group 1. May you perceive nature's artistry afresh. How nice. Okay, there's something going on. Hopefully, I mean, like, I'm still have to record group 3, but there's something going on with you all, my collective who watches these readings, where you guys are coming out of something. And you're coming out of it really nicely, really beautifully, really well. You're ready for this. And I think that the beauty card is lean into the process, lean into the power of the process. It's new this week. We're at the starting gate. The gate is open. The word afresh was very significant for group 1 as well. But I feel like the things that will help you this week is to just lean into what you consider very powerfully beautiful, and allow that energy to guide you. I think I want to say at this point in time, you know, the boundary lines or the barriers of what turns you into a toxically optimistic or positive person. Like, stay with those, yes, but this might be a week where leaning into the profound beauty and beautiful aspects of being alive and your world around you and who you are and what you've got going on might be of huge assistance to you. Like, I don't know, like, I can be a person who looks at the natural world around me and I'm like, it's beautiful. And then I watch nature videos and I see things like, are we allowed to say the word, like, gang, like bottlenose dolphins will gang up on one particular female and they'll torture her. I don't think we're allowed to say the R word on YouTube, but regardless, like, that's not beautiful. Like, you know, that's a hard thing to stomach, and nature is also all full of that kind of stuff. And so then we need to be aware, like, pay attention, concentrate. Leeches exist and they suck your blood, you know, it's like that kind of stuff. I feel like this week it actually might help you to err a little on the side of, you know, the beauty. If you want to, you can lean into like, life is gorgeous and it's a gift. That's just wanting to be there for you. You don't have to be so like harshly, dramatically, super realistic, but okay. Your spirit animal, we're finishing your reading off with your spirit animal for the week ahead. You have fire ant. So let's get going with seeing what this is. One moment, I gotta find it. No, where's the fire animals? It's the first one. I knew it. Okay, fire ant. Aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. Was it you or was it group 1? I think it was. Now I'm forgetting the things that I've channeled for both of the groups because that beauty card. Anyway, fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. This sentence, how can you break free from the drama and cool down? Whatever you got going on with this Ace of Water and Ace of Air situation is you being more cool with this other person or with who you are communicating with. And then also, whatever this 10 of Air negative thinking is and what we've got going on here, where you're kind of gonna interact with it, but not fully and not totally touch it, not even need to change it or fix it, not lead it. You know, it was really feeling like you've got this kind of fire ant lessons on full charge and full volume this week. But okay, Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. That is funny because we've got a lot of like Ace of Wands, Son of Fire, Three of Fire. You've got a lot of heat. It's just like you are very masterfully in charge of and profoundly connected to where you want to channel your heat, and you're very ready for that this week. You have a potential distraction right here with the Ten of Air and the negative thinking. You have this distraction that your fire ant card is pointing to. Stewing on a situation, doing the gossiping and blaming. You know, I think other people might be doing that, but you're like, no. Okay. When in balance, thoughtful and disciplined. Like that racehorse that's ready. Like, I suppose I got very, very thoughtful and disciplined about my trip that I took to Malawi. When out of balance, argues, excess heat, gossips. To bring into balance, solo time and walks at night. I never like suggesting the walks at night because I'm a female. You know, so, I mean, it is freaking wonderful when we can do it, you know, but, you know, be safe out there, friends. But yeah, if you need that this week, the reflect, that might be the solo time. That might be you taking the pause to journal your thoughts about the week ahead. But this, honestly, after this fire ant card has come out, I feel like this week is very internally, reflectively promising for you guys as well. There's a lot of forward action, but I feel as if you guys will have a lot of moments this week to pause and realize how far you have come in your behavior being, you know, and like, I don't know, you being more you, your behavior being more adjusted toward your own personal thriving and the thriving and well-being of others. That's why we've got such positive communication going on here, and you have such a positive reaction to whatever this, you know, negative thinking kind of a thing will be. Honestly, like, good job. I feel you guys doing this toward the end of the week of recognizing inside of your own selves, your behavior of like, I think I did pretty well this week. Like, I'm charged up to go for something and I'm not being distracted, you know? Okay, that's what I have for you guys, group 2. How do you feel? Fiery? Ready? Let us know in the comments. Also, like and subscribe. And I like to point out my 2 links in the description of this video. One is for my tarot book, The Little Book of Tarot Spreads. It's a book full of tarot spreads. If you want it, it's an ebook. Grab a deck or grab my book. It's over 100 spreads in there you can use. And then also, if you guys want some cheap enough tarot therapy with some tarot friends and some tarot time, I host a group on the last Saturday of every month. You can read more about it through the link and sign up there. Otherwise, I'm sending you on your way. Please remember, we are all free and we are also all connected always at the exact same time. I love you. Hey, beautiful humans. In group 3, you guys were drawn to that 3 of Cups card. These are your messages about your week ahead, the next 7 days or so. I'm going to get one more card and we're going to add it to your 3 of Cups. Okay, well, you guys are special and you get 2 more cards. Because this is the overall theme or the overall energy of your week ahead. Okay, we got 3 of Cups and now we also have the 3 of Pentacles and we have the Hierophant. Okay, there's something... Okay, it's like charged up kind of energy to work well with each other. And there's something I almost want to say in your energetic field where you're wanting to lock it down. You're wanting to make it solid and you're wanting to bring it into this like force field of energy of like, I don't know, it feels a little bit like power in the form of control. Like you want like demands being, I don't know what this is. Hold on. Okay. This is the overall theme. There's a big energy, a big charge up of working well together and it feeling really good. Like if this is you in one particular relationship, then this is going to be like a whole lot of focus being placed on, you know, let's work well together. Okay, let's communicate well. Let's do things that feel good. Let's build together kind of vibe. But this is just in general in your life. You want you and what is outside of you to be very much so cohesively working well together. This Hierophant card coming out just kind of plunked right there. It also feels as if there's a desire inside of you this week to somehow make that last and somehow like figure out how to lock it down, and control it, how to almost like force this to continue. This is interesting. I'm going to get more specific with these tarot cards and see a bit more about things that are likely to occur this week. Okay, hold on. I have to listen to your cards. But basically, it feels as if there's like, I don't really know if it's like a negative or a positive. There's just a desire in you. Okay, well, for quite a few of you, this is the desire to get married and committed to someone. And this is also the desire to like formalize business plans and procedures. This is the desire to like generate a contract and have all parties involved sign it. This is the desire to have some kind of control measure in place in this situation, because it's figuring out how things are going well. It's moving in that direction. It's doing a lot for that. And then it's like, we're going to make sure that it's going to go well into the future. Okay, let's get more specific with these tarot cards. Bottom of the deck energy is the Spirit Guide, which is the Judgment card. I feel like there's been something inside of you that's strong, like a calling to move in this kind of a direction. Like, you know that this needs to occur. This feels very strongly for you. It resonates with your soul. You have a sense of purpose about this. And there's something about relationships. There's something about building in one particular way. And there's something that feels kind of cohesive or good in your actions this week. It's interesting because like all this kind of energy that I'm sensing is the overall theme. Like, you want to make it standard. You want to control it. You want to lock it down. That kind of a thing. It feels, honestly, this Judgment card in the bottom of the deck, it feels quite guided by spirit. It feels quite like led by an overall sense of well-being and belonging. It feels like God's self is directing and coordinating your energy toward, I gotta put a ring on the finger, you know, toward, let's make a legal contract with this, you know, toward that kind of a thing. Okay, so this is bottom of the deck. This is what is building the energy of the week ahead. Let's see more specifically in your tarot cards what's likely to occur. Okay. We have Six of Earth with breakthrough. And for the first time ever with this card, I'm drawn to how this person almost looks like a ghost, like a specter. Wow, that's weird. Okay, and then we also have Daughter of Earth. And I feel as if there's this energy of someone coming back up from your past, and or you all genuinely communing extraordinarily well with ancestors. And then we're going to be building from there. It feels like if this is an energy of someone who you've been working with for a really long time, or someone who's coming back into your life after, you know, a period of no contact, it's something from the past. We're dealing with past energy, and there will be a material world breakthrough. I just watched one of the newer Ghostbusters last night. I fell asleep to it. I forget what it's called. It's one of the newer ones with like the Stranger Things boy kid in it, but it was like the little girl was connecting with the ghost of her grandfather, and he was like leading her to, you know, fix his inventions and stuff. This is an example. I mean, I'm not very good at telling it because I fell asleep, but it's basically in the physical world, there's going to be some breakthrough with someone from the past, and it's going to be constructive. It's going to be very firmly guided right here on planet Earth, and it's going to be dealing with the material world very extraordinarily well. It probably might include some forms of open-minded and open-ended questions and support and guidance and planning. It feels like Daughter of Earth is very like whiteboard, blackboard kind of energy of like, let's just throw all our ideas out there on the table and see what is to come of it. But it just feels like it's like kind of open, experimental, experiential. Let's see where this takes us. Okay, so that's going to be there. Let's see what else is going to be there. We have Grandfather, which is the Emperor in this deck. And then we also have Two of Earth with Change. Here we go. This is big time lock it down energy. There's something about how this is occurring that you just genuinely want to fully flesh out in detail and then standardize so completely and then lock it into some kind of impactful form. For quite a few of you, this might be that you're working with another person on co-creating something like a course to offer other people, or some kind of like a workshop or something like that. And then with this grandfather 2 of earth thing, you really want to work on like the final form of that course, totally flesh it out, create it, lock it in, and, you know, do all the things to prepare for it, and then have it in its total, final, completed form, you know, either up online or ready to teach the students with, you know, for up online for people to purchase. There's something like that occurring where there's just such a strong energy of wanting to do it with another. You know, we've got the 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. It's very emotional and earthen. You care and you're making it right here, right now. We're building something together. And we've got the 2 of earth here. And then this grandfather card is the chief, the Indian native chief, and then the bison, the buffalo. There's like more than you involved. You might be the empowered person to like command and take charge. Are you an Aries or a Capricorn? Maybe a Leo. You might be the empowered person to like command, lead, take charge kind of a thing. But there's such a severe vibe inside of you where you want the other. Like the other needs to feel like they're walking alongside with you, or needs to know that they are. We've got generous amounts of a desire for equality and equity in the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles. It's almost like you want to very, very much so be one with your students as you are creating the course. You will put forward the leadership effort to create the course and list it online and market it, but you still want to feel like your students know that like there isn't that, you know, distance between them. Whatever you are leading with, whatever you're taking charge with, whatever you are locking down, it's like something about how you need it to be known that it is for the benefit of all, and their efforts are the same as yours. Your efforts are similar to theirs, kind of a vibe. It's just such a strength inside of you for other people to really value equity with you. Like you might have a role to play in this. You might take charge, or another person might take charge, but I strongly feel like it's you. But I think that I'm having a hard time finding the words, but I think I need to struggle with it and get there for you guys and channel them. Like you need everybody to know that like we have group synergy. Like we're on the same page, we're on the same team. You might have a particular role, but it is totally valued with the same amount of like, I need that particular role. It's like you're the owner of a company or a business, and there are the cleaning crew or the cleaning person, the maintenance worker or staff. It's like you need that person to know that they have such an important role. Like you value what it is that they do. I don't know, it's something like that. And I feel like there might be some kind of cohesive monetary aspect involved in this, like literally to the point where the maintenance worker, you like up level their income, like to try to prove a point, as in like, we need you, we require you, even though your labor is considered like low on the totem pole kind of a thing. This is interesting. Okay, I think I might have gotten there, but let's see what your last 2 tarot cards are. We have 2 of water with love. That's like rippling through your entire message. And then we have 9 of air with hurt. I feel like at a certain point during the week, you're going to have to stop what it is that you are doing, and you're going to have to address some of the worries of your partner or people who are following through with you on this objective. And you're going to have to, I'm hearing the words, calm them down, or make yourself aware of where your efforts might be like hurting them or moving too fast, or they might be nervous or scared. There's a feeling of like shock and awe in your behavior or your actions this week. And it feels like taking a calm pause to reflect on that. I'm hearing the word repose. That might help the other people involved, and it might help avoid stressors that don't need to be there. And then also it might help to incorporate more details that are needed. Possibly, I'm hearing the words more details than are even necessary for you to hear, but is right for you to hear them this week. Does that make sense? Oh, it's making me think of a recent conversation that I overheard between a father and his son. And there was such severe amounts of stress, and they were just like going back and forth. The son was so severely stressed out about something, and then the father was as well. And then they were just still trying to connect, and the father was trying to help the son. And there was just so much stress, and they kept going around and around and around in a circle and not doing the actual help that the father was trying to do for the son, because the son was stressed as fuck. And then the father was stressed about his own things, but needed to calm his son down. Stuff like that is what I feel like is going to go on here. There's so much love. It's Two of Water, love. There's so much beauty and love. And I like how it's the two waterfalls. It looks so Australian in this card, but this is Native American, so I mean, like, that's apparently America. Yeah, the two waterfalls coming down into the one. We might be coming from two different worlds, dealing with our own personal stressors that don't necessarily impact each other, but they impact each other because we're impacting each other. There's might be something going on in the world of who you are connected with, and what it is that you're doing this week vibrates with an impact on them. What they're going through vibrates on the impact with you, and it will so much help to take the pause to reflect on that, even though it might feel like it's a loop of worry. Still worth it. Still worth it. But okay, I have two cards. These are what will help you all, group 3, with challenges and conflict this week. We have Shine. Dude, okay, here's your permission. From the get-go, when I was channeling your overall energy, I was like, you want to lock it down and control it, but it doesn't necessarily feel like a negative thing. It doesn't feel like you're stifling people or restricting anything. You're trying to standardize it. So trust in your own ability to lead the way this week, that's for sure. May you be a lighthouse. There's something that rings very, very significantly true through you right now. The Judgment card on the bottom of the deck. There's something about the energy of purpose, the light of God's self coming through you. It doesn't have to be spiritual, okay? But it feels very strong. It feels very clear, like you know you're in love with your partner, so you're gonna wanna put the ring on it, kind of a thing. Like it feels like that kind of energy. So when you're feeling these challenges, when you're feeling these conflicts, definitely go into your beacon energy. Definitely go into what you sense you know about your righteousness on your path, and your power in that ahead. And it also feels like this Shine energy. If we're dealing with ancestors being a part of your guidance crew, it's just a little bit of like it will help you to take the breaks and allow them to come through and shine as equally, almost like, again, partnered up with you. I don't know. At this point, I want to say that this Shine energy is just really reinforcing your own ability to shine, and lean into that this week. It'll help you. But also there's this energy of every other living thing has that same kind of shining to it. So literally every other thing that you are interacting with, every other person, you have such a strong connection to wanting other people to shine as well through your energy, through your actions, through your efforts. So just lean into that too. Just lean into the whole cohesive, we all shine here. We're all shining this week. There's no dousing of your light at all, but also you have the power and the ability to ensure that other people feel as if they're shining along with you as well. Okay, that's such a repeat. Again, we're trying to get there with what we were trying to say about this grandfather to of earth thing. And then we have Soothed. I have my hand on my heart. If you just heard that smack, my hand on my heart. May you settle gently, even as the wave breaks above. This is right here for any kinds of, challenging, conflicting things that we got going on. Most especially with what we were saying right here. Definitely with what we were saying right here with the 2 of Water and the 9 of Air. When this conflict occurs, when there is the bumping of the heads, please lean into the soothed energy. It will help so much because there is love. Like that overheard conversation between the father and the son, so much love between them. I could tell, I could hear it. They were comfortable around each other enough to freak out around each other. Even the dad was freaking out at one point. He was just like, I have had a really stressful day and I'm about to go into another meeting. And he was telling that to his young kid. So I mean, like, there's something about how you'll have the ability this week to lean into having that kind of soothing, settled energy at the exact same time as you have all of this kind of cohesion, leadership, beacon, lighthouse kind of shining energy as well. When this conflict occurs, please lean into settling gently into it. It'll be so worth it to do that. But okay, your last card is your spirit animal for the week ahead, and we have Panther. Roar. Hold on, let me find it, please. No, where is it? There we go. Annihilation of the unnecessary and purging. My God. Okay, the Panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Oh my God. You guys. That's what I was feeling. The Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. You're like, there's such good stuff here. I cannot stand for it to not continue. I have to lock it down and we have to make sure that this lasts. Okay. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc with the ultimate intention of bringing us toward more fulfilling lives. You know, that's you this week. I mean, to a T. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating, but after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the Panther's wisdom at work. When I was channeling at first with your overall energy, I was like, this is strange, because usually I would consider these kinds of energies in a person very volatile, very like controlling, and like, I will control you. Oh, and it doesn't feel like that. It's so geared toward, I know what feels right. I see your light. I see cohesion here. We need to make sure it lasts. Okay. We've all been through these experiences and they've made us better people. My God, you guys are leading with this kind of energy so strongly. Trust that the Panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. You guys, shine, shine. Okay, when in balance, brave and productive. That's you this week. When out of balance, self-destructive. That's why your shine card came out. It's like, please don't take down yourself at all this week. Not at all. You're Panther. You're Panther. To bring into balance, get rid of the unnecessary. Rawr. Like, just toss it aside, you know? But okay. I think you guys have a pretty good heart in your chest and head on your shoulders to balance this all out this week. And I feel like we've given you pretty good guidance, because while you got all that Panther stuff going, you're also going to need to go straight into the watery, you know, soothing kind of energy as well this week. So you've got this. Be constructive. Be a force of nature. I'm really proud of you guys. I don't know why, but that's it. That's your reading. You can let us know in the comments how you feel about all this. And if I got you there, if I helped, you know, like, subscribe. Also, links in the description of this video if you want a tarot book. If you're into tarot, grab a deck and grab my ebook. There's a link. It's called The Little Book of Tarot Spreads, and that's basically what it is. It has over 100 spreads in it for you guys to use. And then also, if you guys want some tarot time with some new tarot friends and some cheap enough tarot therapy, I host a tarot group on the last Saturday of any given month. We read for each other. It doesn't have to be tarot. You can use any kind of divinatory tool. And you can be a total beginner. Super safe space, and what we do is we read for each other. So if that sounds like something you want to do, head to the link to sign up. Otherwise, I'm sending you on your way. Please remember, we are all free and we are also all connected, always, at the exact same time. I love you. Hi, pretty people. If you guys are curious about the decks that I use in this reading, here they are in the order that I use them in. Yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna show you that. This is the smaller version of this deck. It comes in a bigger version, just so you guys know. Okay, I love you, bye.